as long as stars are above you, and longer if I can. How long will I need you? As long as the seasons need to follow their plan. How long will I be with you? As long as the sea is bound to wash upon the sand. How long will I hold you? As long as your father told you, as long as you can. You call me out upon the waters, the great unknown, where feet may fail, and there I find you in the mystery, in oceans deep, my faith will stand.
Evan, I love you. You're the man. We quickly became friends when you came to your senses and started following Christ radically. And I love you for that. I'm so glad that God would allow that. And we quickly became friends when we both shared a passion for a heart that is upset for Bible Belt nonsense. We want revival, and we want it to be real, and we want to be genuine examples, and I see you in that. I know God sees that in you all the more. And so I'm so glad that God allowed us to be such good friends, my friend.
When I think about a couple that is both tremendously different, I think of Evan and Sawyer. But on the flip side, when I think about a couple that are both very similar, I also think of Evan and Sawyer. I believe that that's how God works sometimes. Here we have two different people with two different stories, two different backgrounds, but one heart. The same way that Christ commands us to love the church, I see that same love in both Evan and Sawyer.
Me and Sawyer first met at Mother's Day out when we were just toddlers. However, our friendship really began in 2018 when we roomed together at a Christian conference in Atlanta. Sawyer, I really am so thankful to have such a genuine friend that truly shows the love of Jesus to everyone you meet. Evan has the same kind heart, loyal sense, and caring demeanor that Sawyer has. You both challenge each other and push each other to be your best selves. I cannot imagine a better guy to end up with my best friend.
So, Evan, it's been about 1.5 years since we first met at the Skybridge for our triple date, aka part of Sawyer's "Do You Think He Likes Me" stage? And I wouldn't trade those days for anything. You are one of the many father figures in my life, and I couldn't thank you enough. The way you are constantly helping me, welcome me with open arms in any situation, and just your gracious love and support is one that I'm going to miss. But I am very excited for the future for us all. Thank you for all that you do for me, and I hope you both live a happy married life together.
And it's just so crazy to me that like the things that we talked about and we dreamed about are like here now for you, and I'm so excited. I love you so much. And then Evan, oh my goodness, I just think back on the beginning and me and Sawyer and Tanya planning the trip so that you could fall in love with Sawyer and that it would work out. And it worked out, and I just remember being on the plane and you finally grabbed her hand, and I'm not gonna cry. So love you both so much, and you both complement each other so well, and I'm here for you. And whether I'm gone in a year far away or close by, you always can come visit me, and I know that I'll always have a room at your place. So I love you guys.
I'm just amazed that God gave me a great husband, and I believe that God's given you a great husband and that He's given you a great wife. And I'm not saying it'll be perfect. There'll be days that you may not want to divorce, but you may want to kill each other. And just fight for each other. Not with each other, but fight for each other.
Sawyer's always been my baby girl, and she'll always be my baby girl. And we love you, Sawyer. How do we meet? So it was actually her New Year's Eve party of 2018 to 2019. She invited one of my friends, Franklin. She didn't invite me. And Franklin said, hey, do you want to go to this girl's house for a New Year's Eve party? I said, sure, why not?
And I invited a lot of people from the group I knew that went to church with me. And one of our friends, Franklin, actually was invited on the list and invited Evan, who I knew of but didn't know well. There's
certain people that you have awkward moments with, or certain people that you that you just click with, where there's never a boring moment or a stop in the conversation or anything like that. It would be, I would find us at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning on our couch, not even realize what time it is because we've been talking for the last 6 hours. I can't tell you the exact day, but I know that that was when I knew that I loved her and I could spend the rest of my life with her.
What was the moment that I knew we were in love? I think for me, anyone who knows me well knows I'm really into the Enneagram personality types. And he was over one night, we were going through the book. He was reluctantly going through it for me, and we were talking about our types and all these things about each other. And especially at the beginning of us talking, I was really hesitant to open up. Just because I'm very good at asking other people questions, but not as good about opening up myself. And so he was asking a lot of questions about me, and he was like, I want to know more about you, like tell me more about you. And that really stood out to me. And so I think that night I felt really comfortable, which I didn't think I would ever get to. And so that made me feel like I think we're going to end up together, and I really love him.
To my love, before I met you, I was an absolute mess. Yes, obviously, I lived a different life before. When Jesus stepped in and changed my life, but I'm not talking about that right now. My life was changed and I became a better person, but there was still something missing. Then you step in and you blew me away. I could never imagine someone as beautiful, as smart, as caring, as fun-loving as you could ever want to be with someone like me. In my mind, you had it all figured out, and I was damaged goods. To me, you were perfect, and I was just some felon trying to get his life together. I was afraid for so long that if I showed people who I really was, they would reject me because I was too broken.
Spirit, lead me where my trust is without.
You're here now with your family and your friends and all these people who love you, just celebrating what God has done in bringing the two of you together here today. I think I can speak for everyone here in saying that it has been a lot of fun to see how God has, in His sovereign goodness, made your paths cross and bring you here today and grow your love for each other.
Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters wherever you would call.
You look beautiful.
I'm glad to see you.
You look so good. You look so good. Are you kidding me?
In the presence of my Savior.
The truth is that as crazy as it sounds, I knew you were the one for me before we even got together. Without warning, and when I least expected it, the Lord opened my eyes, and I saw you there at my 21st birthday like I never had before.
Take me deeper than my feet could ever walk.
But Evan, I can't imagine my sister with anyone else. Your faith, compassion for others have shown me how great of a guy you are for my sister. I love you both, and I hope we get an A+ on this.
Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk.
I think I knew she was the one even before he did, because after a little while she was hanging around and the whole crowds weren't around. It was just Sawyer. So I said, hey man, what's up with Sawyer? And his eyes would just light up and he'd get the biggest grin on his face. And I probably could have told this boy the worst news in the world, but as long as he was thinking of her, man, he just couldn't stop smiling from ear to ear.
As I'm writing this letter in our apartment, I can't help but think about our future together. When I look into your eyes, I see kids, I see minivans, I see us going home together. You name it, I see it. The crazy thing is that when I see your smile, when I hear your laugh, when I hold your hand, none of it scares me. It all makes sense.
It is under the authority of the Lord Jesus Christ and by the power vested in me by the state of Tennessee that I now pronounce you husband and wife. Evan, you may kiss your bride. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my joy to present to you Mr. and Mrs. Evan and Sawyer Tarkington.